I wish to respond to the issue raised by Norway, Switzerland, Denmark, and Finland on the indigenous people's land rights, particularly in Sarawak. Sarawak has an indigenous population comprising 27 ethnic groups living in harmony. Respect for their human rights, cultural identities, custom, and tradition forms a foundation for peace and stability which enables the government to implement a comprehensive economic development agenda via the Sarawak Corridor of Renewable Energy, or SCORE. This sustainable development strategy encompasses the use of water and other natural resources to provide all the people of Sarawak, including its indigenous population, improved life opportunity, infrastructure, and public services. For almost 2 centuries, the laws of Sarawak has recognized and protected indigenous people's rights over land, created by recognized customs and practices. Based on well-documented official records, Sarawak has approximately 1.5 million hectares of native customary rights land. Under the Government Transformation Program on the new Native Customary Rights Initiative started in 2010, 344,000 hectares of NCR land has been surveyed. This program envisages that at least half of all NCR land would be surveyed by 2015 and will continue until the extent and boundaries of all NCR land have been demarcated. Consequently, conflicting claims over such land can be avoided and the security of tenure thereof will be guaranteed. The SCORE development agenda includes the building of hydropower facilities, and this unavoidably entails the use of NCR land. The state government and Sarawak Energy Berhad, or SEB, which is state-owned, spearheading the hydropower development in the state, have voluntarily incorporated into the development model the Hydropower Sustainability Assessment Protocol of the International Hydropower Association, formed under the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization to promote best international practices in the hydropower industry. The IHA protocol includes, among others, early-stage project evaluation of environmental and social impacts on project-affected communities and livelihoods, resettlement programs, and indigenous peoples concerned. Our procedures for engagements and consultation with affected indigenous communities conform with acceptable norms and standards, including the principles captured in the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People and the International Labour Organization's Indigenous and Tribal Peoples Convention. In all cases where indigenous people's land is required, the state government will restore and improve the livelihood of directly affected communities by contributing to the economic development, education, and poverty reduction. The focus on improving standards of living through resettlement aligns with the IHA protocol and, in our view, has exceeded relevant international standards. As for the Murun hydroelectric project, initial consultations commenced in 1994 without coercion. Formal engagement with the affected indigenous communities began in 2008. By 2010, all 7 of the directly affected communities have chosen their respective resettlement locations, and by late 2011, they have chosen the sites for and were actively involved in the design for their new longhouses. Implementation of the Murun Resettlement Action Plan, disclosed in May this year, and a compensation package for affected Punant and Kenya communities is a manifestation of the state policy's commitment to fair compensation. The state has provided these communities with a comprehensive compensation package, including 19,500 hectares within the nearby Danun and Linau protected forests for them to access for food, wildlife, and forest produce. This arrangement represents an immediate and substantial improvement in the standard of living of the affected communities in Murut, compared to their previous situation where they live in a remote area with limited access to state-supported health, welfare, and social services. Further, they have gained better access to basic human rights to education, health care, and better social amenities and economic and employment opportunities while preserving their cultural identities and traditions. It is a firm intention and commitment of the state government and Straw Energy Berhad to use this model with improvement where necessary for the future development projects such as the Baram hydroelectric project, for which engagements and consultations are already well under the way. For further details of the consultation process and compensation package, there is circulated a document in this room for better appreciation of the efforts of the state government to promote and protect the rights of the indigenous people in Sarawak. Thank you.